Hey guys, welcome back to the second in this long running series, fingers crossed, of me doing book reviews. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So I just thought I'd go deep on the 90s revival. Last time it looked a little bit like I was, I guess I was shooting on some kind of camcorder from the 90s, so I thought might as well go and break this guy out. Um, this used to be my nana's, which is a little bit poignant today. She's just had a stroke. She's in hospital. I'm kind of sad about that, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to dwell on that for you guys. Oh my god, this video, this thing. So today, you've seen the title. You know what I'm talking about. I think. Have you seen the title? If you've not seen the title, I'm talking about Seth Godin's book, The Dip. And the reason I wanted to talk about this book is because years, probably, I don't know. I was watching Ted Forbes on the art of photography, the YouTube channel that got me into YouTube. And I don't mean got me into making YouTube videos. I mean, I was watching his video podcasts. This is kind of annoying. I was watching his video podcasts from about 2008, and basically that video podcasts were the way I consumed video online, which is kind of weird. Ted Forbes, he was there, and I just realised Can you hear me now? I don't get why that was doing that, because that was spiking. Ah, well. So I've said a load of bullshit, and no one's been able to hear me. Thankfully someone left a comment. I did check. I checked if the sound was working. Well, no one can say that I didn't try. Hopefully the sound is working now. Let's have a listen. Thankfully someone left a comment. Oh wow! So I don't know how long this has been so far. Do you know what? I'm just gonna go and review this book really quickly. This is a short book. It's a motivational book. The things that it's cheers, guys. The things that it's good for is it's great for a little pick me up. That kind of self help that's like it's like taking vitamins in the morning. It's just a little bit of added something to your motivation, to your long term goals, to the to getting out of that rut of procrastinating and things like that. This book is about quitting. It's about quitting, or it's about mindfully quitting. So it's about not quitting when things are just because things are hard. It's about not quitting in the moment. It's about having a strategy for quitting. It's about what is it about? It's about not quitting when there is gain to be had. It's about choosing to move jobs when it's right for you and not when the company decides that you're not worth it. It's a shallow book, but it's a very interesting book. I feel like because I've messed up the audio, I've got kind of dry and a little bit I don't know. It's not going to plan. This is only week 2. We're getting on it. I feel like I like the setup. For some reason, I really like this really lo-fi look that I'm getting from this camcorder. If you've just tuned in, here's the camera. Here's the camera that I'm using at the moment, and I'm just using this for fun, just because. If you saw last week, I was using my proper camera, and because of the janky way that I had it hooked up, it just wasn't. It looked like some sort of 90s revival, and so I dug this guy out. And yeah, so what you're seeing is not any sort of filter, it's actually just the feed from this camera. Back to the book though. Seth Godin is a fantastic writer, in my opinion. A lot of people disagree. I was saying before this, before I realised there was no audio on this, I was saying that I went onto Goodreads, which I did last time, just researching, seeing what other people's views are on this book, and a lot of people really dislike it. And one person in particular just kind of listed out things that he thought were wrong with what Seth was saying, and I think this sort of reviewer had taken everything that was said on face value. So when Seth Godin said about not starting something unless you think you can be the best in the world at it, he doesn't, from what I get from the book, he doesn't mean you have to know that you're going to be the best in the world. He means that unless you want to put every bit of yourself into whatever you're going to do and try to be the best in the world, then you might as well just not start. And I think I think a lot of this book is on that kind of not meta level, but it's said it says things, and I think you're supposed to take something slightly different away from it. Other than the stuff about quitting, that's pretty straightforward the way he lays that out. So I'm gonna jump straight to. I've kind of talked about the structure and stuff. I'm gonna jump straight to my sort of conclusions on this book. You shouldn't get the Audible version. It's bad value for money. For something that's the length of a podcast, it's not worth it. For if if you're paying $7.99 or whatever, maybe it's cheaper if you just buy it. But I got it. I had a whole long story at the start. I was saying that I got my first my Audible free book. I got that years ago because Ted Forbes recommended it, and this was the book that he recommended. And as a result, I've listened to it quite a few times, and I do get a lot out of it. But unless you're going to listen to it 4 or 5 times, it's not worth the money. That being said, I think having it as a paperback, something that you can pass on to someone else, because that's what I really love to do with a lot of my books. I'll buy a copy and I'll read it, maybe read it a couple of times, lend it out to a couple of people, and I feel that way I get a lot of value from it. It's something you can't get with an Audible book or a Kindle book, which kind of annoys me. That's why I have quite a lot of books up there. And in fact, I can't do it this week because it's an Audible book, but next week's book is going to be shit. I can't remember what it's going to be. I'm still here, guys. I'm just trying to find the book that I was going to do next week. This is terrible video, isn't it? This is hardly worth it for you guys. I need to work on my live stream game. I can't find the book and I can't remember what it was. But next week I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna do a giveaway on the book that I review. Does that make sense? No, actually, maybe I should do. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Should I do a giveaway for the book that I reviewed that week, or should I do a giveaway for a book so that someone can read it and then join in the conversation a couple of weeks later? So do I give away the book that I've just read, or do I give away the book that I'm going to read? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. Right. Back when I was doing IGTV and I was doing book reviews on there, I gave books a percentage rating. And as much as I said I don't recommend getting the Audible version, although it's quite well read, Seth Godin's voice is, sorry, a little bit irritating at times, especially if you listen to it too much. I think this is probably a 62%. Yeah, the dip from me is getting a 62%. Next week's book. Next week's book is In Praise of Shadows. And I've just remembered where it is. Yes, it's In Praise of Shadows next week. If you want to read that beforehand, jump in the comments, talk to me. Hopefully I'll have audio next week. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, and thank you to anyone who actually tuned in. It's really nice to actually see some comments, even if they were just people saying it's not working.
Hopefully, this is something that can grow into a place where we can talk about books, and hopefully, I just get better at this. And I just want, I don't know, I enjoy doing this kind of thing. I enjoy just putting myself out there and and chatting to you guys, if anyone is indeed still there. Um, yeah, and recently I've seen a lot of this kind of burnout, and YouTube is, making my life terrible. And for me, YouTube has made things the opposite of terrible recently. And I've met some really cool people through it, and I've found that it's a fantastic place, and there's such a great potential for community around things. And yeah, I don't want to get soppy, but yeah, tune in next time maybe, and subscribe, hit the bell, write a comment, give this a like. I don't know, just do one of those. Just anything would be fantastic. And let me know if you think that this stuff, and this little flashy thing. Let me know if that's annoying and you want me to just have good video as opposed to novelty fun video. My voice is going now. I've spent a lot of today talking and filming already for other people. That's why this video is so late. Yeah, I foolishly thought that I could get these out at sort of 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. But UK time, just after 11. Thanks for watching.